kuwie chiri yeto aba 2016 na NDC adin kugu sitwam amomako position ni nim se aban afiri so ama mfoforo aban de nsesaye ene nsakiraye beba mom nanso na enye nsakiraye se yebe abandon project no we abandon na ama ne da ho obi antu ho anamo ama na sa rasti asay unu se mpotem ho eye salty area na salt zo ne dade de oye den a rusting bebam enti usha omo abandon na fortunately nyankopon adom NDC asaba back to government enti eye Ofosu-Adjare Minister of Trade and Agribusiness assign ashemukena asete a committee our power wontuma ehye won se omonko na omonhwem se wo se ye fix machines no foforo ana se bi na se na wo se tutu bibi ehyem ana anamon bia wo se oman no etu no omo enhwe no mpantudwa ne na sa adwumadi no course ewo Minister of Trade and Agribusiness Ofosu-Adjare na so ye mo bi kwan na omo hwe kwan ambafa so a ombe revival na factory na coming back to being na aye adwuma na asum oman no na enam so ama adwuma abo nipa bibiri so no omo so ensa be kan bi na omo so aye ohwe sugarcane afu na womo a brebi twom no ye no eguanti ayese twawe ukutwa no awe keke eno nkwane na esi yede enti inimise sabre se factory no ehyiase a wohwe asase a yantama edawo ya MPP bae Yura Alan Kojo Chiramanten na beye trade ministry no obeye minister ewo nanso ye hu any development wo hon ti yankoni ko ti de omo kae
current administration the factory will work because the NDC government has no excuse to give to Ghanaians because the dream started with them. The very president under whose tenure this factory was established is the same president that Ghanaians have brought back to power. And we are lucky to have a vice president whose hometown this factory is residing. And also, the vice president is also a member of the traditional council, now a Jasehin of the traditional area. That's Professor Nana Jane Okokwajima. So the onus lies on her as number 2 person in this country and a member of the traditional area to find employment or jobs for her people. So if Komenda Sugar Factory is operationalized and thousands of Ghanaians youth would get employment over there, it means that the first beneficiaries of this factory are the natives of the vice president's hometown. So that gives a stronger hope to the people of Komenda, the people of KA, and the central region as a whole. But what I can assure you is that the government is on course. Because I remember on the 2nd of June, I was on the Metro TV and I indicated that by August this year, they will see some signs happening. And fortunately, on the 4th of August 2025, President John Dramani Mahama put up an IMC, as an Interim Management Committee, to work to see the revival of this factory. So, and fortunately, the IMC has very experienced and technical people on the board who are working assiduously to ensure that this factory comes back to life. And we are very hopeful that by the end of October, we will present our report to the president as he is expected. So that, because initially, the IMC was initially given 8 weeks to present the report to the president. But unfortunately, 2 days after the inauguration of the IMC, there was a national disaster, the helicopter crash. So we had 2 weeks of state mourning, so everything was in standstill. So we actually started our job after the funeral. So that also delayed us, but we are working very assiduously to ensure that by the end of October 2025, a comprehensive report, everything about the way forward and how we will revive this factory will be presented to the president for necessary action to be taken. And on weekly basis, we've been giving reports to our competent and able Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Honorable Ofosu-Adjare, and she, in our terms of reference, we are told to work on the technical assessment of the factory, because we need to know the state of the machines, if it will work, or if there are some components that need to be changed or something, whatever we need to do. So the technical assessment will give us the idea what to do and what not to do, or the state of the factory. We are also to look at the financial and business viability of the company, which the Ministry of Finance and others are also working to get that for us. We are to look at the raw materials, and with the raw material too, we've proceeded to do a lot of work as far as the raw material is concerned, because as it is, Komenda Sugar Factory, the machine is not a problem, because maintaining the machines, servicing the machines, and it wouldn't take much time. But where we may say is a challenge is the raw material. So we are seriously working on the raw material issues. So we are in the process of acquiring 22,000 acres of land around Secherehiman traditional area, that's Sechoboase, Atobiase areas, which currently, after we submit our report, that is when the president or the government will take initiative to officially acquire that land for us. And already we are also working on the suitable raw material to be used, at least to identify about 3 or 4 raw material that can be used to produce the sugar, which would also help the business and make it more profitable. So we are doing all these things. So I would say that maybe by the end of the month, when the official report is submitted to the president, so for us, we are all Ghanaians and we are much concerned about this factory's operationalization. We wouldn't hide anything from you. We will let you know the timelines. How long would it take to get this factory running, which is the ultimate expectation of every Ghanaian, every well-meaning Ghanaian, because importation of sugar isn't the way to go. That is why when I heard about Dangote establishing the sugar factory around Kwame Danso, I was very happy, because we need more sugar factories in Ghana. As of 2016, India had about 500 sugar factories. But today, you can check, India has more than 1,300 sugar factories. And sugar is really helping them. In Ghana, Africa here, even Mauritius, Uganda, they are all doing sugar. And sugar is really, really helping their economy. So Ghana too, I believe, as it stands now, is 100% owned by Ghana government. 100%. Nobody holds any shares. Not a single share is held by anyone. But as you asked about this KTL Mons assertion that they are leasing the factory to a company for 15 to 20 years, when we assume office as a new government and an IMC, we've not seen any document that shows that there's a lease agreement between anybody and the government of Ghana. So the Komenda Sugar Factory is not any lease. The factory is being managed, because the only contract that we've seen is a management services contract between West Africa Aggrotech Company Limited, WATCO, and the Ghana government, which the contract was signed between the former board and the WATCO's management. And they've been there, that's a 10 years contract, which they've been there since 2021. So there's nothing like a lease, nothing of that sort. So what's only WATCO needs to operationalize the factory is to